Welcome back into Wake Up America. To China now, where the Biden administration has its hands full yet again as the threat of China invading Taiwan continues to grow. For more on this, let's welcome in the author of The Coming Collapse of China and the Great U.S.-China Tech War, Gordon Chang, back with us this morning. Gordon, good morning. Good to see you. Reports over the weekend, and this was concerning, 30 Chinese warplanes basically flying into Taiwanese airspace have put the world on notice, not just the Taiwanese. China calling this operation, quote, routine. They called it a readiness drill, which I thought was pretty telling. What do you make of that?
These incursions, and even large-scale incursions into Taiwan's air defense identification zone, Rob, they are becoming routine, which is really why we've got to be concerned, because China has ramped up the pace. Now that Russia appears to be winning in Ukraine, I'm afraid that that is going to telegraph the Chinese leaders that they can do what they want. And so, as you point out, this is one of those perilous times where we do really have to be concerned about what is normally thought to be unthinkable, and that is an invasion of Taiwan by China.
Tomorrow will mark 100 days of the war in Ukraine. This has not gone smoothly for Russia. Does China like what it sees there?
I think in general it does, or at least on balance it does. First of all, there was the massive failure of deterrence, which led to the Russian invasion of Ukraine in the first place. That is a failure of Biden diplomacy and diplomacy in the West writ large. Plus, also, there's been a failure to impose complete sanctions on Russia. China has noticed that. And, now that it appears that Russia is making some advances, the tide of the war has changed. And so I think that is, China looks at that and says, well, look, Russia's doing well. Why can't I? And there are actually a number of things that China can do, sort of taking out of the Russian playbook.
Yeah, Gordon, I want to talk about that specifically. So Taiwan is, of course, an island about 100 miles off the coast of China. Ukraine borders Russia, but we saw Russian troops building up on the border almost a year before the invasion happened. Do you think that these flyovers are basically China doing the same thing?
It is China doing the same thing. It's, of course, testing Taiwan. And it's, of course, testing the United States to see what our reaction is. And Rob, yes, the main island of Taiwan is like 110 miles across the Taiwan Strait.
Right.
But there are some outlying islands of Taiwan that are about 3 or 4 miles from China's coast. And China could actually grab them in sort of a test of what would happen on a larger invasion. So we've got to be concerned that this is not just the main island, but this is other parts of the Republic of China, as Taiwan calls itself.
Okay, about a minute left. 2 quick ones. If China does move on Taiwan, let's say China does invade, what does the United States do next?
I think that the United States will fight with Taiwan. I think Japan will fight with Taiwan. But we really don't know because we have this policy of strategic ambiguity. So it really is up in the air.
And then what does China do? Rather, Taiwan do? How prepared are they?
They are not nearly as prepared as they need to be. They've been buying the wrong weapons. And there's also a mentality on the island, on many of the people there, that, look, there never will be an invasion. So Taiwan is not ready.
Okay, Gordon, we will stay on top of that story. Absolutely. Good to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.